Hello, I'm Scott Matson. I've been attending UPC for 21 years now. Started while I was dating my wife, as you know her, Lisa. I remember sitting in our appointed seats early on, and I would always find myself bopping back and forth and singing along with the choir. And I just know that what it did for me was especially early before the sermon, I would just open up and be ready to hear the word. I had gone to church as a young child. I had just begun going back to church when I came here, and hearing the music just brought me into that moment and opened me up to hear the word. And I know that as I watched the choir and what a good time the choir was having and the music that was pouring out, I thought, you know, I can at least carry half a tune in a bucket, so I'll get up there, and even if I have to mouth it for the first few years, I wanted to be a part of it. It was a major thing. Regarding the bell choir, there is a very specific moment that I remember is after John Callenberg had passed away. Shelley stepped in, and I was watching her from the choir loft struggle with the big bass bells. And after one of the times that she had played, I went down and asked her if you know she'd want to share some of her bells, and she said absolutely. And so I went ahead and I jumped in and I went to David and told him, hey, let me see what I can do with them. And it's been a blast ever since. Shelley and I have developed quite a relationship, slapping each other's hands on those bells that we share so often. But it's a great time. We love it, and it just brings so much joy. One of the favorite moments being here is when I first joined choir. And I remember it was a warmer winter time, and we were singing during a Sunday service, and we had the doors open. I believe we may have had the heaters were working overtime, but we'd opened up the doors, and sitting up in the choir loft and watching the neighborhood kids and some of the adults even come through and would peek their heads around and stand in the narthex back then, listening to the music, and the little kids be dancing around as we were singing, and it just made me feel so good knowing that, you know, the music was going out and getting out into the community and bringing joy to people. The choir and the bell choir, I've always called it you know, this is my center for the week. This always brings me back. It's easy to get lost during the middle of the week in the everyday things. But coming here to choir, I always go home. I'm singing all the way home. I'm, you know, tapping along and just going through all the music that we've been doing, and just centers me up and gets me ready for the rest of the week. I found out early on as I started here that there was a legacy of music, and the more I got to know those involved and hearing stories from the people before them, it really made me want to be a part of this and to put my footprint here at UPC. My assumption is there's several people who will talk about me and the fun I have in the choir loft long after I'm gone. And I hope to bring that forward and encourage others to come in. Get up in that loft. Don't be afraid. Be a part of the legacy. I think that's bigger than the beautiful music. We're not the Mormon, you know, Tabernacle Choir, but we make beautiful music and we have a great time doing it. It is so much fun.